And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our next series, our next matchup. We just wrapped up with threepoint versus Neuro, and now we are here with our second match of the tournament. It's sporting in the bottom right-hand corner, going for a 12 pool. We have the South Korean purple Zerg player representing himself. It is threepoint. Hold on, I'm just setting up all the colors. Bam. And spawning in the top left, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss representing the Platinum Heroes. It is ShaDoWn. Or ShaDoWn? I actually don't know which one it is. I always call him ShaDoWn, but I know that Asher calls him ShaDoWn. Because it's like shadow, like ShaDoWn. Did I say ShaDoWn? Anyway, we're going for an all-in. The boys have been pulled. We have Lings on the way, and this is a disastrous start for threepoint. So essentially, this is supposed to be unscattered. This is supposed to be completely catching his opponent off guard, and all that ShaDoWn has to do is wall off. If he's able to completely wall off, he should be able to defend. The goal here is to mineral walk past the first units if it went unscattered, but alas, the wall is up and running, and now we need to try to burst our way through that pylon if possible. We are attempting to, I should say. We get us around here. We get some decent surface area on this gateway. Here we go. Lings are on the way as well. First Zealot does pop out. And with the arrival of the Zealot, as long as you don't get surrounded, we should be able to hold on long enough for another unit. But alas, the Lings come in. They get us around. Oh, they did. But the Zealot does manage to slip away. 2 Lings go down. And a third Ling just before the Zealot falls. But we do get on top of the gateway, and the gateway will actually be destroyed before another Zealot pops. Gateway does fall, and now we dive on the second gateway as well. We have shield batteries on the way, 3 shield batteries, extra pylons as well. And can we get another unit? We do have an Adept on the way, but even if it comes out, it's going to get surrounded. Oh, there it is. Wow, it comes out towards the north instead. The gateway will fall, but we have one Adept. One Adept. Boys have been pulled as well. And with all these shield batteries, we should hold. We have held on. ShaDoWn re-walling behind this. And there is no way out of this for threepoint. There's nothing else. What can we do? Again, just some worker on worker action. We have the Adepts chasing everything down. And yeah, these drones, there's no way out for them. I appreciate that we're just chasing them down at this point, and yeah, we will kill another wave of drones. We have additional Lings on the way. Can we break this position? As we do try to catch the Adept. Good move in here from ShaDoWn. Does avoid the surround. But there are no more gateways. Oh no! The Adept desperately cannot get surrounded here. The jukes are real. We do barely slip away. The Adept will make it to the safety of the shield batteries. And now a second Adept is in production. Oh, but that's a lot of Lings. That's 17 Lings. Which means he can take control of the main base. We still need another Adept. As we are down to 14 workers. So far, the Adept does stand strong. Another Adept does arrive as well. And with all these shield batteries, the Adept should not die anytime soon. Boys are being pulled. We are on the way. And despite all the chaos that's been going on, despite all the nonsense that's been happening this game, it looks like ShaDoWn will clean this up and he will defend. The Lings fall. 1 drone is up. GG gets called, and ShaDoWn we'll take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Oh my god. He does end up taking that first game. Again, threepoint, he is the cheesiest Zerg player in all of South Korea, and does prove that here and now. It was a shame that the drone pool was scouted. It's typically something that you hide from your opponent, and you keep close to the chest instead, and you use to like catch your opponent off guard. So it was a bit of a shame that it was spotted ahead of time. So ShaDoWn had more than enough time to react, to respond, things got a little bit scary for a moment there. Despite the defense, there was a moment where threepoint had almost overcome ShaDoWn, which was crazy. But in the end, ShaDoWn held, and he was okay. It's all good. As we dive into game number 2. On top of that, I need to post on Twitter. I don't know. I need to make a tweet, Pappy, a tweet. Just trying to find ourselves. Well, good. And yeah, with that ShaDoWn, he's 1 game away from facing off against Future in the next round. Something to look forward to, as we are going to be loading on in. And game 2 is going to be on Hecate. Just constructing tweet. Beautiful. Now we switch colors. What happened to the purple, Papi? As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Hecate, we have the blue. The now blue Protoss player from the land of France, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is ShaDoWn, leading this series 1-0. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have, oh, let's quickly try to switch those colors. There we go. Beautiful. We have his opponent. We have the South Korean Zerg player. Oh my god, once again going for a 12 pool. Representing himself, as we may have a bit of latency here. Hopefully everything is okay. Hopefully everything is as it should be. Oh, understandable. You know, the cats,
game resumed.
They're animals. We have threepoint, aka Sue. Alright, here we go. So we have gone for that pool first. We did drone behind us. We're going for an overlord as well. So I'm curious how we're going to piece this all together. We're going to go for a 14 hatch from here. We do have the minerals for it, but no, there we go. Lings are on the way. 6 lings initially. And we are setting up for a proxy hatchery. The drone is going to be slipping on in. We can be a part of the wall to kind of disrupt the SimCity here. There it is. Proxy hatch is thrown down. He is the cheesiest Zerg player in South Korea, and I stand by that, as the proxy hatch has been thrown down. Lings are on the way. Immediately ShaDoWn throwing down a secondary wall behind this with the cybercore, with the second gateway, and a second pylon as well to make sure everything stays powered, to make sure that we don't get caught out within our Tosis pylon or anything of the sort. And there is a small gap here on the right hand side, but that's where the Zealot does come in. Lings are arriving, and the Zealot does have to make sure he doesn't get surrounded. Oh, as the Lings do manage to slip past, but we have a probe in position. A second probe as well. But the Zealot will fall again. A little bit controlled there from ShaDoWn. Bit of an overreaction as well. Oh my god, pulling too many boys. Adept is on the way. Second Zealot will pop. But again, that first Zealot just wasn't able to get into that choke point in time. We do got a Zealot. That gateway is going to fall. Oh, so yeah, we do get a surround on said Zealot as well. I mean, good control nonetheless. Getting as many swipes as possible. Adept arrives. Shield batteries will finish up. The wall is looking solid. And threepoint is not slowing down. More Lings are on the way. Queens are on the way as well. I appreciate the secondary gateway. Third shield battery also thrown down as well. Oh my god. Fourth shield battery thrown down. Again, just to make sure everything stays powered. We are focusing on that pylon. The pylon will not go down. It will survive. The Adept even wedging himself here on the right-hand side, getting within range of the other shield batteries. And it will barely be kept alive. So far, the defense is solid again. Really good attention to detail out of ShaDoWn. Shading the Adept around, getting within range. Will fall, but did so much damage nonetheless. As I just realized that Adept is stuck. it's trapped. It can't help. No. Yeah, it has to be recalled to safety to actually help against these Lings. Very unfortunate. Another shield battery is not going to finish. We have another robo on, or we have a robo on the way. Spine crawler leapfrogging forward, and it looks like threepoint may have done it. He may have just broken through. Stalker goes down. A gateway is under threat. Spine is in position. Queen going ham. Creep is slowly spreading forward. We are down to one single Adept, and these shield batteries are not going to be done in time. We are breaking through. The gateway falls. No more production. One unit is all that ShaDoWn has. One Adept and probes, and it's not going to be enough. Threepoint, he may have struggled in game one, but here in game number 2, Threepoint, he is thriving. As the Lings go straight for the Nexus. Oh my god. Nexus is being focused down. The Queen is overextending. The Queen is taking a lot of hits as a result. Oh god, and yeah, the probes are forced to fight. Now, can we survive long enough to make this Immortal? The Immortal is on the way. Yo, can we pull this off? Is one Immortal going to be enough? One Immortal and one Adept. The Queen gets focused down, but we have so many Lings. We have so many Lings, and the Lings, they avoid the shield batteries. They know that they can go straight for the Nexus instead. GG gets called. It's too much. And Threepoint will take game number 2. GG, well played. We are going to the ace match. Now, I should reiterate that Threepoint, he doesn't have to be cheesy. He doesn't have to, you know, be overly aggressive like this, but he likes it. You know, that's kind of who he is. It's who he be. And, yeah, let's go. I'm all for it. I'm all for it, papi. Always ready for some more clown fiesta. As we are going to be getting into that third game. Game that could go in either direction. And I posted on Twitter, now I have to post on Discord. We're getting there, Patrick. We're getting there. Oh my god, I'm ready for it. For this map not to be vetoed, I am ready for the nonsense that's about to arrive. So, Game 3 is going to be on Radha's Station, and this, of course, is a map that's known for greed, known for its defensive capabilities, but against the cheesiest Zerg player in South Korea, how greedy can he really be? And what is the strategy here for our Zerg player? Do we get another 12 pull into a proxy hatch? Do we get into something else entirely? Again, I'm feeling a proxy hatch here. We could even go for a standard opener into like a Nidus all-in. That could be a possibility as well. Oh boy. Oh, my lips are dry. I'm dry, but alright, the players are preparing themselves. And yeah, Radha's Station. This is a map that I did not expect to see between these two players, especially like considering the way that this series has been going, how this series has been progressing. It's catching me a bit off guard, but I'm ready for it. I am ready for the nonsense. You can hear the beeps. We are loading on into game number 3. It all ends here. It all ends at the station. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Radha's Station, we have the French Protoss. Representing the Platinum Heroes, it is ShaDoWn. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents not making a spawning pool, by the way, droning instead. We have the South Korean Zerg player. It is threepoint, aka Sue. Here we go. So I'm feeling like a standard opener. Standard hatch gas pool here from threepoint. But there's a lot of potential for a Nidus even. For Nidus, for maybe 2-base Muta. I'm curious what direction threepoint goes in. I mentioned before that he may be the cheesiest Zerg player in South Korea, as this was a 14 hatch. Huh. That was a 14 hatch, by the way, bear that in mind. Even though he's the cheesiest Zerg player in South Korea, he can play standard, he can play macro. We've seen him in the late game before, and his late game is damn good. I've been very impressed with threepoint and his late game army control. It's going to be a hatch gas pool variation here. Okay. Everything is still looking as it should. Yep, going to be a hatch gas pool. Just a bit of an earlier hatchery in the end. And we are getting to the swing of things. Meanwhile, ShaDoWn going for a gate expand into a cyber core. Let us go. And I'm sure ShaDoWn is going to be wary. Based on how this series has been going, I'm sure he's going to be hyper vigilant when it comes to making sure that nothing gets into his bases, that nothing slips by, that he's aware as to everything that threepoint is up to. He is now on notice. Which is why, again, I'm curious. Like, do we even spend our first 100 gas on Link speed? Do we hold off on that? You know, are we going to get into a Link Queen, Nidus all in, or into something else entirely? For now, Queens are on the way. We're going to be droning, saturating our bases. $100 gas is going to be spent on Link speed, and we pull out a gas completely, actually. And we're going for a third. This is as standard can be. Not as greedy as we've seen some Zerg players be here on this map on Radisson Station. We've seen a lot of Zerg players go gasless and go for a faster third instead and delay Link speed, or even just skip it entirely. But yeah, we do see a very different shade, a different side of threepoint, a different point, if you will. Back at home, Stargate open out of ShaDoWn, and we're gonna settle in. We're settling in to a standard game. Now, not gonna lie, part of me feels a little bit, you know, disappointed. I feel like I've been sold one store and I'm getting another. You know, this is not what I paid for. So I'm curious. I'm curious as to where this all leads. It is gonna be a Void Ray first from ShaDoWn. I know I've been focusing a lot on threepoint, but the reality is we can potentially go for a rush into Sky Toss here for ShaDoWn. There's a lot of potential on Radisson Station just because of this pocket third base. You can take a very fast, very quick, very easy third on this map, and a very secure fourth base as well. Which is why we don't get to see this map too often, which is why I appreciate whenever we do. We get quite a bit of variety here. As yeah, we do see ShaDoWn working on that third Nexus. Void Ray first is going to be shutting down these Overlords, looking to shut down Overlords, I should say. Still hunting them down. Looking for any stray Overlords. So far, the one here at the Natural has averted its eyes. The eyes of the Overlord. Sorry, the eyes of the Void Ray. Oh, bit of a supply block though, as threepoint is just going to be saturating his third base. He's pulling back into gas. Likewise, third base on the way for ShaDoWn. And we have Oracles, and we have our standard transition. It's going to be a Stargate opener into a third, into a Twilight Council and +1. Everything is by the book. Oh, let's go. Oracle moving across the map. I don't blame ShaDoWn for not cutting corners. Corners are something that you can cut here on this map. But just because of how aggressive his opponent has been, it makes sense here to not like try to skip tech. Ooh, as the Oracle goes down. Ay. The Oracle does fall. Likewise, Void Ray dives into that pocket base as well. The Spore is not done, so the Oracle may have gone down without getting too much damage done, but we get 7 drones here in the pocket base. The Adepts, they get a couple more workers here at the natural as well, and the Void Ray still going ham. Where are the Queens? Bit of a miss rally there, bit of miscontrol out of 3-point. Queens now coming into play. As we are just flooding Lings across the map, but we have an Adept. No shield battery. Uh-oh. No shield battery in position. 3-point, he knows that he sees it. He busts in. He busts into the natural. Behind this, we are rushing into Hydras. Ling Hydra is the composition of choice here for our Zerg player. As we make our way into the main as well. Probes are falling. Lost mining time. It's going to be Ling Hydra. Meanwhile, from the side of ShaDoWn, he's going for Charge Lord Archon, which again is a solid composition. As Ling's going to be wreaking havoc here in the pocket base as well. Oh, getting another probe. Getting another 2, another 3 probes even. Or 5 workers go down. Get a good amount of damage done here by 3-point. Despite the losses that he sustained, he's able to reciprocate at least some of that damage. As we have an infestation bit on the way. Getting into a 4th base is going to be Ling Hydra into Vipers. This can also lead into Lurkers. Sorry, Hydra Lurker Viper. Now, I didn't really get to go much into it, but we have casted 3-point in the late game before, and his Hydra Lurker Viper is really impressive. Really impressive control out of our Korean Zerg player. There it is, Lurker Den is on the way, so he is turtling up. He is not going for any kind of big aggression or big timing. He is taking immediately into Hive, into Lurkers, into the late game. And ShaDoWn is going to give him time. So ShaDoWn is focusing on saturating his 3 bases. No 4th base yet from our Protoss player. And now I'm concerned for 3-point. I'm concerned because he is thinking a little bit further ahead. With this War Prism, we should be attacking soon. You can see ShaDoWn moving out. As he moves out, he takes a 4th base, and now we have a Sky Toss transition. Really good timing. Really good timing here for this Sky Toss because the Lurker Den isn't even done, but we're headed in this direction of Hydra Lurker Viper, and the best way to counteract this is with Sky Toss. Overseer comes in, and the Stargates, the fleet beacons have been spotted. So 3-point, now he knows. He knows what's coming. And 3-point has to make a choice. Does he attack now? Does he wait for Lurkers and wait for Lurker upgrades? Does he wait for the Hive? Or do we just hyperfixate on Hydra Ling and push? And for now, he's droning. He's droning, starting up upgrades, Lurkers are on the way. Like, right now is when ShaDoWn is at his most vulnerable. He has carriers, no, sorry, Tempest in production. We gotta go, Pappy. And we are going for a Lurker drop. Okay. Lurker drop is moving out. At the same time, we should also be moving out with our Ling Hydra. Looks like we are staying at home. We're taking a 5th base. 3-point is taking it slow. He is going to be taking it slow, which means ShaDoWn is going to get away with his Sky Toss. +1 air attack on the way. Tempest as well. Of course, 3-point already scattered all of this, so he's just walling off. Have a Prism ready to dive into that pocket. Oracle goes down. And yeah, we're just going to be chilling here for a little bit. We are essentially no rush, like 10 minutes. We're just maxing out. 3-point at 90 workers, a solid economy. Now he's got the Vipers on the way, the Lurker upgrades. So Hydra Lurker Vipers coming together. Lings, they confirm the defensive position. We have a wall of cannons, shield batteries, overcharged, storms. The Sky Toss is still lacking. Like, we're still getting there, and there's only 2. Oh my god. There is only 2 Tempests. Only 2 Stargates, and here we go. The Lurkers, they get in. Oh, there are cannons at the natural, so this Lurker is going to go down instantly. Likewise, we're trying to catch some of these Tempests, and we do get one. Lurker does distract ShaDoWn. But as we have the Lurker wreaking havoc, we also have a massive warp into the pocket base. Drones are falling left and right. ShaDoWn working towards that natural as well. And 3-point, he turns everything around. He turns everything around, comes back home. Losing 15 drones. Ay, ay, ay. 15 workers go down, and yeah, that was well worth it for ShaDoWn. He gets away with what little Tempest he had. Now we're getting into carriers. And this Spire feels late for 3-point. This Spire feels a little bit too... It was never really on the plans here, on the table for 3-point. He's working towards it now. We'll see if he can survive. I do think ShaDoWn is being a little bit adventurous with this army. There's not really much here. I feel like we need to be at home and we need to build up that Sky Toss, and he is exposing himself. 3-point, he could try to punish him. Decent storm. Okay, we've got a lot of storms ready. 3-point does back off, losing one of those lunkers. Some barely does go down. 3-point just continuing to push on forward here. He really wants to break this base. Vipers have arrived. We can try to yoink some of those Tempests. So we are getting on top of this Nexus. Nexus is under threat. I do think that ShaDoWn could be a little bit more aggressive here. Go the storms. Oh my god, they cover almost every single Hydra. There's very limited anti-air here. Again, ShaDoWn, if he wanted to, he could fight this, but alas, he gives it a lot of respect. He backs off. And somehow, someway, 3-point, he does kill that base. Again, he only had 5 Hydras. These Tempests, they could have gone ham here. They could have cleaned up the Hydras, gone for the lurkers themselves. Last ShaDoWn did lose a base. Behind this 3-point, he's just building up his forces. We have Corruptors on the way, more Vipers, +1 air attack. ShaDoWn continues to push on forward. Oh! Volley there from those Tempests. Oh my god, the feedbacks! There are 2 Vipers left. Oh, but the feedbacks are real. Every single Viper goes down. Oh, another one pops out. I spoke too soon. Another one does pop out. Takes a couple of hits. Meanwhile, we do have a big Ling counter attack, and we should get on top of these cannons and the shield batteries as well. And we ignore it. We just go straight for the base. Don't have Adrenal. They don't have the best upgrades. So the Lings, can they force a cancel? Up, up. Can they force it? Ah, they barely don't. The base barely survives. Again, there are only +1 Lings. No Adrenal glands. So, just not the most upgraded melee units, but they do soften out that base. And the lurkers are on the way. These lurkers are on the way as well, and we're throwing away a bit too much. 3 lurkers go down for free. At the same time, we are attempting to get into or get on top of this base. Do we have we do have detection. I was like, do we have an observer? We do. Do have an observer with the main army. Lurkers are going down. Expensive losses for 3-point, and even though 3-point has a good worker count, even though he has a decent base count as well, 3-point doesn't have a bank. Does not have a bank to work with. He's diving in. There are no Archons. He can shut down most of these carriers. But the Vipers do fall. And do we have enough anti-air? It looks like we do. We focus down 3 of those carriers. But only 3 carriers for the cost of 18? No shot. 18 Corruptors. That's crazy. That was a massive investment, and once again, a big blow here to 3-point. He has no gas. He's got 10 more Corruptors to replace what he lost, but on the way. But that is his gas bank at this point. Storms are on the way. The last lurker does go down. At this point, we're done with lurkers. We're getting into ultras instead. Hopefully they don't get trapped in the spine forest. No, they do get trapped in the spine forest. Let him free. That's a lot of supply, actually. I think that one ultra is going to be joined by another ultra as well. Hopefully we realize soon. That's 3-point plans. I'm just diving on this army. He's getting some of the High Templar. Oh, one High Templar does go down. Storms are looking. Oh my god, the storms are insane. We do catch a couple of carriers. ShaDoWn losing a big chunk of his army at the same time, though. A big Zealot counterattack catches 15 drones, a mineral line, and a base. And these ultras are stuck, and they're going to be stuck here for a while. Imagine 2 more ultras. Maybe we can save the space. I think we still can, thankfully. Let us free. No, it's going to be joined by a 3rd ultra. If we make enough ultras here, will they like push each other out? Will they? Oh, no. Feels bad, man. Feels SimCity, man. As the Lings, oh, they do catch 2-3 High Templar. Very good pickups for 3-point. As yeah, there are now 3. There are now 3 ultras in jail. They were bad boys as Lava. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Are they gonna be joined by a 4th ultra? No, they did nothing wrong. They're just living their life. They just want to be useful. Set them free. I would love to see ShaDoWn. Oh no, he does. Let's go. There we go. The spine crawlers are repositioning. The ultras have been set free. I was gonna say I would have loved to have seen ShaDoWn break them free actually if he pushed forward in that direction. But here we go with a massive amount of ultras. We dive on top of the army. Do we have detection? The answer is no. No detection! The ultras, they couldn't do anything. The overseer was a little bit too far back. ShaDoWn does hold behind this. He's maxed out. He's crippling the economy. He takes down a hatchery. He's on 7 bases. His worker count has been untouched for quite some time. And ShaDoWn has a bank. He's taking an 8th base here in the center of the map. A 9th even. 9 bases. ShaDoWn taking some of 3-point spaces. He go take this gold. Why not at this point? He has 3k, 4k minerals in the bank. And 3-point just has not been trading efficiently enough. We need those spellcasters, vipers, infestors, whatever we can get our hands on. We're even getting ready for a Void Ray transition, which will work well, just to support this army. Talking about the army composition, I mean, it's not just about the storms. We have Archons now, we have Void Rays. This has become very well rounded for ShaDoWn. When it comes to 3-point, he's got the ultras. Their role is to dive on top of the High Templar, of course, to shut down those storms ahead of time. We don't have any Brood Lords, so it's just going to be Ultra Corruptor Viper. We have some Infestors in production, but they're not ready yet, and before the Infestors can come out, the army is pushing in. The army is pushing forward. Now, if we can somehow deal with the Archons and with the High Templar, then honestly 3-point has enough to break this. He has enough to break the Skytoss, I should say, like the Corruptor, sorry, the Void Rays, the Carriers, the Tempest. We are up to 24 Corruptors, but it's easier said than done. Oh, as we are just setting up a staging ground here with cannons and shield batteries. The outpost is real. Even a Nexus for an overcharge. And 3-point, he ignores the army. We're going for a base trade. He's going straight for some of these other fringe bases. Now, ShaDoWn, he can push in and he can recall. He can just recall back home once he kills the base. Here we go, we're committing. And ShaDoWn, he should recognize that he has to at least kill this hatchery. pushing on in. The side defense is not done. Now, he should not recall to this base because threepoint's ready. He's ready and waiting to shut down a recalled army. Yeah, we take down one hatchery. We're going for the next one as well. We're breaking the jail. We're breaking the prison. As we can just keep pushing. We don't actually have to recall. These bases don't matter as much. We have one DT going ham. Ah, it doesn't get the ultra. And the corruptors are turning back around. The corruptors alongside the spellcasters. The ultras have been left behind. I'll be honest, I don't think that this army from threepoint can actually get on top of the Sky Toss. With all these Archons, and there we go for the recall. The ultras are left on their own. ShaDoWn does hold on to his fresh mining bases, leaving a couple of High Templar back at home. These are expensive units to leave. I am a little bit concerned. The storm! Up! Up! There it is! We do get a couple of storms thrown down. The armies are going to be clashing. Good yoink here on the mothership. Fungal as well. But we need to storm not the ultras. We need to storm the corruptors. There it is. Do land some storms, but it's not going to be enough. The corruptors, they shut down the Skytoss army. But at what cost? Because threepoint is all in. Threepoint doesn't have a bank. ShaDoWn does. He's making Void Rays. Void Rays are on the way. Additional Archons as well should be in production. Where are the Archons? They're morphed in late. The Archons are late, but again, these are losses that threepoint cannot afford. Losing so many Corruptors. GG gets called, and ShaDoWn will take the series 2-1, taking down threepoint. As we finally do get a late game between these players. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to ShaDoWn as he does survive threepoint and overcome him in the end. Game 1 and Game 2 were very cheesy. For those who want to hear for it, threepoint, he 12 pool. He went for a 12 pool and he pulled the boys, and he also went for a proxy hatch in the next game as well. Here in Game 3 on Radisson Station, he went to the late game against ShaDoWn, and he had a really shaky road to the late game is what I will say for threepoint. Remember, his Spire was really late. He did commit to Hydra Lurker Viper for a while against Skytoss, and it took him a while to really transition out of that, transition into a more ideal army. And we saw that he just wasn't trading efficiently enough. He wasn't really relying on spellcasters too much, like Vipers picking off units here and there with abductions, or even Infestors going for any kind of Neurals or Fungal play. Yeah, we just saw ShaDoWn just trading efficiently, very efficiently over the course of that game, and threepoint was being pulled apart. It wasn't just the trades, but also the counterattacks as well. GG, just really solid play out of ShaDoWn. Really well done. He did prove himself to be the greater player there in the end. And now we're getting ready for our next series. We already have it lined up. It is going to be ShaDoWn versus Future. Let's slip into some DMs.